Hello, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more CSGO news. I hope you guys all had a great weekend, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the episode because it's going to be a good one. We have so many great stories. They will be timestamped down below. Let's get into it, though, as it's now been officially confirmed. Yes, it will be Navi Boombl4 coming sometime soon to replace Edward. It's now been confirmed by multiple sources. HLTV's also mentioned it's about to close as well, and even more so, Boombl4 himself has now tweeted out the exact line which Navi members or Navi themselves actually do state before every single match. If it's not been confirmed by you guys out there, well, it's 99% going to happen, and that is insane. But mostly why I'm talking about this yet again in back-to-back episodes is because of the reason why AB Overdrive would tweet out this, saying this move reminds him of Glaive when he joined Astralis, which does make you question, is he hinting at a possibility of a future IGL in Boombl4 for this Navi roster who is going to be replacing Edward and not Zeus? And if you guys did not watch yesterday's episode as well, AB Overdrive has leaked many things for Navi projects, especially Navi Academy, before they did happen. That's why I do trust him as a source, and why he would say this is it really does make the question have to be asked, if you're going to be keeping Zeus, as of course all these culminating events around this. And I do firstly want to state as well, if this does happen, like it's going to be very likely to happen as well, with Edward being replaced on this roster, he does deserve one of the biggest farewells in CSGO history. Who knows what his future may be? Who knows if they're going to just trial Boombl4 and keep Edward on in the future or bring him back sometime like Virtus.pro did with Byali and Snacks, and I guess the entire bunch as well. We'll talk about in a second story here in a bit, but he is the longest standing, longest tenured on a single team player, or at least one of those currently in CSGO. What I mean by that, he has been with Navi now since 2013. If this does go through, this is one of the longest standing players in CS history to be off this single team he has played for nearly 6 years, and so that deserves such a heck of a goodbye as well. But if this does happen, you must question, with all of the surrounding events, we do know that Zeus wants to retire in this year of 2019. Could that be post-major? That is the giant question I have about this. And of course, with that being said, if they bring in Boombl4 for Edward, and of course you have Zeus IGL, but then you usher in Boombl4 as the future IGL, then Zeus leaves after the major, then they bring in another star talent. This could be a completely turned around Navi roster, who lastly I must say, this is a roster who has not done very poorly whatsoever in 2019 so far, and especially in the past year or so. I do believe in the past 12 months, they have 4 titles. They have a title back from April as well at SLTV. These guys have not been struggling. They just have not been the best team they want to be, because yes, they have the best player in the world, but certainly something is lacking. But either way, there are so many surrounding stories and questions about this. What role will Boombl4 play? We're going to wait for confirmation on that. Where will Zeus go? Will Edward be their targeted replacement, as rumor does say he likely will be? And with that being said, once Edward is replaced, he deserves one heck of a goodbye for his service to Navi. What his future will be, though, I'm certainly excited, because he will certainly be a one in talent by many CIS teams out there. I feel like you guys can probably tell when I get into a zone with my caffeinated beverages. I just had like a really large coffee, and that's why I just went off on a tangent there about Navi, but super curious what you guys think about that. And I do apologize, I'll be having a third video sometime soon once Boombl4 is confirmed and his role is also confirmed, because there is so much speculation as to the future of that Navi roster. So if you guys want to do me one favor today, leave a comment down below what you think the future of that roster will be, who will play what roles, who will leave, who are they possibly going to pick up again in the future if Zeus does leave. So many open questions. Now, speaking about open questions as well, I'll be having a video about this later today, about the future of that being OpTic Gaming. It's now being actually Hector. He's come out on his recent podcast. I will link down below for all of you guys. I highly recommend you guys watch the entire thing, because the future of OpTic and just the story of OpTic itself and how this possible downfall has actually come to be, it's an insane story. So I'll be coming at you guys sometime soon with the future of OpTic Gaming, because if this buyout does come to be, which it also seems very, very likely based off rumors and sources out there, the end of CSGO for that OpTic roster would probably be imminent. They'd either be sold off or disbanded as well, if anyone does not want to buy that current roster, which have been back and forth ever since their recent changes. So the future of OpTic, that video will be coming out later today, guys, but it does seem like their end is coming pretty shortly. Another CSGO news out there, Byali has now officially left Virtus.pro, and their organization makes perfect sense, right? He lost his spot in the starting roster last month. He's been back and forth with that team over the past year and a half or so, and ever since then as well, he's actually played away from the team during his break several times. And why I'm announcing this, guys, is now for the second time at least, correct me if I'm wrong as well, he'll be competing with a new mixed team out there, Mixtura, I believe is the name, and this is actually the second time he's competed away with a mixed team for a minor qualifier run as a part from actual Virtus.pro. So during his first break from Virtus.pro, he played with a mixed team, and they actually made it, I think, maybe to the closed qualifier, and they did, again, correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe they actually signed with a sponsored team for that short run of theirs. And once again, he's now taken to Instagram saying, I think it looks like he signed some sort of contract, some sort of sponsorship. So if I do have to say, I don't think it's going to be a brand new long-term team. I obviously could be wrong here, but it's likely going to be a sponsor or some sort of partnership championship for their minor run yet again, as he does compete with another mixed team out there. I do believe Mixtura for another minor qualifier run. So Byali is now off the Virtus Pro roster. I would say they're generally going in an upward direction somewhat. That Virtus Pro roster still shocks me to this day of how back and forth they can be results-wise. He is now officially out of the organization and competing with another mixed team for the second time for a minor qualifier run. Will he make it as far as Michael and those boys did, or even farther? Again, who knows, but wishing him the best of luck. Do you guys want me to talk about the whole Zuhn stuff? I think it's probably going to be a dedicated video. If you guys do want this, leave a comment down below. If you don't know who Zuhn is, pretty well known, I guess you could say, creator out there, as well as many a times been accused of cheating as well. Now officially been given another ban out there. So if you guys want me to talk about this, I think it deserves a full dedicated video to get into all the information out there, because I did touch on when he was apparently falsely vac banned, whatever you want to call it, a while ago. I did touch on that very briefly. If you guys want a dedicated Zuhn video, because he has been accused several times out there, and I do believe has several bans on several platforms: Esports, Faceit, now a vac ban, and an Overwatch ban, which he claims to be a false one. And at this point in time, I don't know if this guy is just the biggest troll, but his fan base is super strong, and I don't want to mess with people that are gonna hurt my feelings. So if you guys want that, leave a like or comment down below, and maybe I'll do it. But either way, just very, very curious to see creators out there, because I have been friends with cheaters before, and this guy has been banned on so many platforms. I'm just surprised that people are still supporting him so strongly. And very lastly in CSGO news, thank you all for especially watching the videos over the past week or so. I do want to give you guys one note. I'm going to be probably taking a step back tomorrow and doing a special CSGO video as opposed to daily CSGO news. I want to wait for some news to actually build up for Thursday's episode. That way it's a bit more packed and a bit more detailed, and yeah, hopefully going to be a better episode come Thursday. So if you guys want to come back tomorrow, I should be having a special episode about Indian CSGO and the lack of rules over there and the chaos in that scene. It should be a fun episode, and I'll see you guys back here Thursday for CSGO news. But very lastly, oh my, CS Summit 4, if you guys did not remember, that was this past weekend. It was a crazy event. Again, an event I always love to watch, especially when it comes to not only the broadcast talent themselves, but also the teams we had this time around. Was possibly one of the best Summit lineups we've ever seen as well. Several teams out there coming off their victories. We have Liquid coming off IEM Sydney. We had ENCE coming off Blast Pro Madrid, and several top teams there as well. On top of that, if you guys did not see a great video segment as well for their YouTube channel, I will link it down below for all of you, as Momma Freakazoid actually had her own interviewing segment. It was hilarious, so that'll be linked down below for all of you guys. But the curse continues. Spoilers coming in 3, 2, 1. Liquid, I don't even know. As I said it before, they were coming off a strong victory, and they had broken that curse. And with that being said, they had to be your favorites here alongside a team like ENCE, and maybe you give it to a team like NRG. But either way, I think ENCE and Liquid by far likely your two favorite teams here. Renegades, another somewhat disappointing finish. I'm not going to take too much from CS Summit, because it was technically best of ones. It was actually kind of best of twos when you think about it. It was a double round robin best of one. So however you guys want to do that, they played back-to-back maps. But either way, I'm not going to take too much from this. But with that being said, you must take something, and that is the fact that Vitality has now certified themselves as the by far and away best French team. Their third title, although yes, some smaller titles being a part of those, but either way, their third title so far since Alex finalized this completed roster so far. And ZywOo continues, and sticker prices do as well for him to really prove himself as an astonishing talent out there. But the way they did so as well, if you look back throughout day 1, 2, and 3, I'll show you guys on screen of these matchups. Vitality not only swept Liquid once, but actually twice in these technical, again, when you call it a double round robin best of one, it is technically, you know, a best of two, but they did 2-0 sweep them. They beat them in both those maps. And when it came to the finals as well, the road to getting there, Liquid, they dominated NRG. Not even a close series whatsoever. They were looking, like I said many times already, by your clear favorite, and it was actually Vitality sneaking over ENCE very, very briefly, and very, very narrowly, I should say. That actual best of 3 went to map 3 overtime. It was a very, very fun series to watch, but it definitely was Liquid to be the favorite to continue breaking the curse, and they couldn't do it. But with that being said, you know, I'm not going to take too much from this, but either way, it must be noted that Vitality have proven themselves to be a strong talent for the upcoming major. And with also that being said, I've been thinking about a lot of videos out there I'll be touching on very soon as we slowly do approach the major. I want to touch on teams who have made changes thus very close to the major, but also talk about teams who have been really showing some surprising results as we slowly approach the major, which is going to make the major and of course the major qualifier all the more exciting. We are in still a great time of CSGO with the economy changes ever bettering the game. We are still seeing some very shocking results, and CS Summit was definitely one of those shocking and I guess surprising results as well. But as always, I hope you guys all enjoy it. My name is Jake. I will see you guys back here tomorrow as well as Thursday with some more CSGO news videos. And again, thank you all for the constant support. I know that I'm looking pretty tired, but I promise you guys I am trying my best to get well rested because the videos are going to keep on coming. Until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Take care.